Hello and welcome to Voices to Dream, the Transformation series. I'm Suzanne Mann, the Challenge Girl, and my hope is that these podcasts are going to be, they're a lot shorter than my normal podcasts, and they're just going to be with me and you. So the hope I have for them is that they are going to give you an idea as to some of the tools that I have in my toolbox for my own mental well-being. I guess I get a lot of people sometimes asking me about or commenting on the energy I have or my positivity and how I am able to look at a different side of things. And you know what? I'm not always perfect. Nothing's perfect in my life, but I do have a really good toolkit. And I was recently thinking how I wanted to remind myself of what some of the tools were that I can use in my life, because I think that your mental health, like your physical health, is a constant renewal process. It's constantly reminding yourself, practicing, revising. There is always more to learn. And in thinking that I might revise things for myself, I thought, well, why not bring the people I love along for the journey? So I hope you enjoy. Today, we're actually going to start with setting your intention. And if you were paying attention, I actually set my intention at the beginning of this podcast. I always like to talk about what my hope is for the podcast. And that's what setting an intention is. I found it sort of confronting when I was first told about intention setting, and I really wasn't sure exactly what it was. But for me, it is taking a moment to think about exactly what I would like out of a situation. Okay, whether it's a day, whether it's a moment, whether it's my life, thinking about what I'm after and what I hope will happen. And when you're able to practice that and do it more and more, you will start to live your life with intention. And what that means is that we live in such a fast-paced world. There's so much going on all the time. And you can end up just, doing more and more and more. But if you don't know why you're doing that, and you don't have a clear idea of what you're hoping for in doing something, then you're not actually being productive in doing it. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to give you some examples, okay? But I guess the point of this is that if you don't set an intention, if you don't think about what you're really after, how can it ever really happen? Okay? Just keep that in mind. Okay. There can be short-term intentions or long-term intentions. For me, I usually think of a long-term intention more as, for example, a goal. And I actually had a great Voices to Dream podcast that I did with Sir Darren Jacklin, which you can go back and listen to if you like. And he is a master at setting goals. And he talks about different ways to do that. But today, because I'm talking about setting your intention, I'm probably personally with this thinking more about daily short-term or even short-term activity goals. So one of the things I thought that is a great example for me is cooking dinner. Now, the everyday, I just realized I had lipstick on my teeth. So for those of you who are watching the video, always check your teeth before you start videoing. For those of you on audio, I'm glad you didn't see. Now it's gone. Anyway, setting setting your intention with dinner might sound a bit strange. Why do we cook dinner anyway? We're obviously just cooking it to eat. Okay. But if you take the time to think beforehand, really, why are you cooking that dinner? Those days that I do this, I know I make my dinner with a lot more love and a lot more gratitude, because those are the days where I stop or maybe I'm doing it while I'm cooking, but I think, you know what? I'm not just cooking dinner for us to all sit there and eat. I'm cooking dinner to provide sustenance and nutrition for my family. I'm cooking this dinner with gratitude and understanding that the energy from the food is going to sustain my kids. And sitting down to have dinner is an opportunity for us to sit together, talk, reflect on the day. And when I have that as my intention as to what dinner is going to be, dinner is a much nicer experience for all of us. Think about, here's another example. Sitting down, having a glass of wine. Sometimes you just pour it and you're just there drinking it, not even really thinking why. But if you take the time to think, okay, I'm having this glass of wine so that I can relax for a moment, enjoy the peace and quiet, and enjoy this experience. Now, then you're actually you're drinking with intention. You're setting an idea of what you're actually hoping from that glass of wine. Because otherwise, you're just sitting there having a drink, and who knows what's going to happen. But when you put the thought into what you're actually after, then you're one step closer to making that happen. Why? I mean, again, why is it important that we're doing this? We're doing this so that we can practice. We can practice that, whether it's with a glass of wine, whether it's getting your dinner ready, or waking up in the morning and thinking about exactly what you're hoping for in the day. You know what? It might just be, I'm waking up and I'm hoping that I'm going to have a great soccer game today. Great intention. At least you're actually putting it out there. Or it might be something like, I hope that today my intention is to live with loving kindness and be compassionate and kind towards those that I meet today. What an amazing intention that is. Okay. Taking just those few seconds to think about why you are here, what you are hoping for, brings you one step closer to making it happen. If you don't know why you're doing something, then why are you doing it at all? This is where I'm hoping that this little tool of setting your intention might be helpful. So my challenge to you is to think about it. Think about it. Okay? When's the last time you set an intention with something that you were doing? Do you set intentions? If you don't think about why you're doing something, can it ever really happen exactly how you're hoping it will? I challenge you to think about it. I challenge you to maybe even have a discussion with someone about it. Ask other people. Ask the happiest or most successful people around you what they do. Do you ever set an intention? See what their answer is. And finally, I challenge you to give it a try, because it's not really going to hurt, but you know what? It might just end up making you have so much a better experience with that glass of wine, with cooking dinner, with that project that you're doing at work, because you're determined. Your intention is not just to get the work done by the deadline, but your intention is to enjoy doing it, work collaboratively, make sure that my team is enjoying this experience. Think about why you're doing it, set an intention, and go for it. Okay. I hope you enjoy. I would love to hear from you. If you have any comments, please, whatever platform you're on, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share, and I'd love to know what you think. There'll be more of the transformation series to come, but I will keep them up as long as you're willing to listen, and as long as I think that I'm helping people. So enjoy. Thank you. This is Voices to Dream. I'm Suzanne Mann, and this is the Transformation Series.